If you're a rabbit owner, this is probably one of the most important things you'll ever need to know. We're going to talk about a really common but super serious condition called gastrointestinal stasis. Honestly, understanding this is key to keeping your bunny safe. So think about your rabbit for a second. Have you ever noticed them being just a little bit quieter than normal? Maybe they didn't come running for their favorite leafy green. These are tiny little clues. Really easy to miss, but they could be your rabbit's only way of telling you that something is seriously wrong. You know, those little signs can actually point to a condition that we vets see as a true emergency. It's called gastrointestinal stasis, or GI stasis for short. So what in the world is it? Let's break it down. Okay, so here's the deal. A rabbit's digestive system is designed to be moving all the time. It's a nonstop process. GI stasis is what happens when that movement, those little wave-like muscle contractions in the gut, just grinds to a halt. And when it stops, bad bacteria can build up, which creates painful gas and even releases dangerous toxins. A really great way to picture this is to imagine a busy factory production line that never, ever stops. Food comes in, it gets processed, and waste goes out. Well, in a healthy bunny, that line is always humming along. GI stasis is like a complete factory shutdown. Nothing is moving, everything starts backing up, and that creates a really painful and dangerous logjam. So why does this production line suddenly shut down? It's not usually random. See, GI stasis is almost always a secondary problem. It's a symptom that something else is going on with your rabbit's health or in their environment. Let's look at the usual suspects. The number one cause, by a long shot, is a bad diet. Specifically, not getting enough high-fiber hay. But pain is a huge trigger too. Think about overgrown teeth making it hurt to chew, or arthritis. Stress is another big one. Things like fireworks, or even losing a bonded friend. And of course, just not drinking enough water or not getting enough exercise can slow things down too. This brings us to what is probably the most important job you have as a rabbit owner: being a good observer. Your bunny can't tell you their tummy hurts. You have to become an expert at spotting the clues they give you because they are masters of hiding when they don't feel well. You have to burn this into your brain. Rabbits are prey animals, so their natural instinct is to hide any sign of weakness. It's a survival mechanism. This means that by the time a rabbit looks obviously sick, the problem is often pretty far along. That's why catching those small, early signs is absolutely everything. So what are we looking for? Well, you might see them sitting hunched up, almost like they're trying to make a painful tummy feel better. You might hear loud teeth grinding. That's a major sign of pain. Or maybe they're just hiding and don't want to come out. But the two biggest red flags are these. They stop eating, and you notice fewer, smaller, or maybe no poop pellets at all. And I really can't say this enough. If your rabbit stops eating, a clock starts ticking. Unlike a cat or a dog, a rabbit can't safely go without food. If it's been about 8 to 12 hours since they last ate, you need to call your vet right away. This is not a wait and see kind of situation. It's an emergency. Okay, so you've noticed the signs and you're heading to the vet. I know this can be a really stressful time, so let's just quickly walk through what's likely to happen. Knowing what to expect can help you stay calm and focused on helping your bunny. First, your vet's going to ask a bunch of questions. What do they eat? When did they last eat? When did they last poop? All that stuff is super helpful. Then they'll do a very gentle physical exam, feeling the abdomen for gas and pain, and they'll definitely check their teeth. They might also suggest an x-ray to actually see what's going on inside, or maybe some blood tests to check on organ function and see how serious things are. All right, so once we know what we're dealing with, the goal is pretty straightforward. We need to get that production line moving again, safely, and make your rabbit comfortable. And here's the good news. With fast, aggressive treatment, the outlook can be really positive. Treatment is really a multi-part attack. First up is fluids, which are absolutely crucial for rehydrating not just the rabbit, but also the stuff that's stuck in their gut. Pain relief is a must. A rabbit in pain simply won't start eating again. We'll also provide nutritional support, usually by syringe feeding a special high-fiber formula to give them energy. And finally, we might use motility drugs to help give the intestines a little kickstart, but only once we're sure there's no blockage. And this number right here, this is why acting fast is so incredibly important. With prompt vet care, the survival rate is around 70%. That's a really hopeful statistic, and it shows that you, the owner, have a direct impact on the outcome just by getting help quickly. Now, you should be prepared for a few days of intensive care. It can take anywhere from 3 to 5 days for the gut to get back to normal. A lot of bunnies will need to stay at the hospital during this time for constant monitoring and treatment. It's a process, but a full recovery is always the goal. Okay, so we've been through the scary part. The best case scenario is to never have to deal with any of this in the first place, right? So let's talk about the most empowering part of all, prevention. You know, the difference between a healthy gut and a risky one really just comes down to daily habits. On one side, you've got the recipe for success, a diet that is almost all hay, lots of space to run around, a calm home, and regular vet checkups. And on the other side, you've got all the risk factors, too many pellets and sugary treats, not enough exercise, and a stressful life. If you only remember one single thing from our chat today, please let it be this. Giving your rabbit a constant supply of good, high-quality grass hay isn't a treat. It is the absolute foundation of their health. It keeps their gut moving and their teeth worn down. It is, without a doubt, the single best defense you have against GI stasis. So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. What's one small change you could make today in your rabbit's life? Maybe it's trying out a new kind of hay to get them excited about it. Or maybe it's just making sure they get an extra half hour of zoomy time outside their cage. Every little thing you do makes a big difference. Remember, this information is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional veterinary advice. If you have any concerns about your pet's health, please consult with your certified veterinarian. They are your best resource for ensuring your companion lives a long, happy, and healthy life.